Welcome to another episode of The Nerd and the Geek.
The show that shows you that no matter what you do to an Asgardian, they don't die.
What about if you just stab them through the chest?
They're good.
Cut their hand off.
GTG.
Freeze one with a Jotunheim freezing casket.
They scream their way out.
You put one in a Hulk killing chamber in the helicarrier, drop them down to Earth. Alright, I get it. They don't die. Mm-hmm. So with that knowledge, what we just saw, you saw the pre-video that came out after the video. The movie's been out for a few days. Mm-hmm. We saw Thor
The Dark World.
The Dark World. Mm-hmm. Mostly a returning cast. We've got Hemsworth
as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Natalie Portman as Jane Foster.
We've got the one we can't remember, Stellan Skarsgård as Eric Selvig.
Kat Dennings as Darcy.
It's Mew Mew.
Mew Mew.
Odin.
Yes, Anthony Hopkins. And then,
the Warriors, Sif and the Warriors 3.
Yeah, Jamie Alexander plays Civ.
I'll check the rest while you...
I was going to say Hogan, Volstagg, and Fandral. Hogan and Volstagg were the same guys. Fandral was actually replaced because of his time. He's Prince Charming on Once Upon a Time, so he couldn't acting conflicts. Yeah, acting conflicts, which is sad because he's my favorite of the Warriors 3, but whatever. I think I was the only person. Fandral.
No, Volstagg.
No, you like Volstagg.
No, Volstagg's the best Warriors 3.
No.
Which he did, if you saw my only hope for this movie is I wanted a bear hug.
Yeah.
No hugs.
He did kind of like...
He grabbed a kid.
Yeah.
That's as close as we got.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got... Who do we miss out? We missed...
It's Jamie Alexander, right? She's Lady Civ. Was that her name?
Yes.
Okay.
We got the new dark force in this world.
Oh,
we got the elves.
Yeah, and Christopher Eccleston plays Malekith, the main dark elf. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And the one we did miss that's actually, I really like him in both the Thor movies. They were different actors. We got Heimdall.
Oh, they were different actors?
Didn't they switch?
No, because that's the same guy from Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's him. Yeah, and he's cool.
I'm cheating, by the way. I'm using IMDb.
Whatever.
We want to bring you the best information that we can. Mm-hmm. New director on this one, of course, which I just lost my page.
We're good at what we do.
This is going well, guys. He did a lot of TV before this, I know.
He did Game of Thrones.
Yes, he did Game of Thrones. He did some other stuff. It is Alan Taylor. I felt like this fit Thor, the directing style fit Thor better than the first movie. Led to the grandiose, the just being on.
I think part of it also, Kenneth Branagh, he did the first one.
Yeah.
Can't really direct action. That was because he's a stage.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a stage guy. So yeah, I think that was part of the problem. Is that Thor needs to be fighting things, in which that wasn't really called for in the first one, but still.
Yeah, they thought, hey, here's a destroyer.
Yeah. So what did you think of it?
Oh, I love this movie. I think all around it had great choreographed action. Everything looked amazing, like I was saying right before, and Asgard looks so cool. It was one of the best parts of the first movie, and it just fell right into the hands of this movie and looked amazing throughout, especially seeing it be destroyed. Infiltrated. It
was cool in the beginning too to see them fighting with like the vibroblades, basically. Yeah, and
very Star Warsy.
Seeming like, I don't know, it seemed like a real place though. That's what was cool. Is that you kind of got a taste of their culture.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about seeing other realms as well. When we went other places, you learned that this isn't just a pretty statue that sits in the middle. Like, people live here. This is, especially when it gets attacked.
It's very vulnerable. Because it doesn't seem fair that guys with swords and shields are fighting against guys with laser guns, but whatever.
But they're Asgardians.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Acting, I thought, across the board was really well done. People, they've had these roles for a while now, so they are expected to get better, and I think everyone really stood up to that task.
Yeah.
Eric Selvig is one of the funniest people throughout this movie. If anyone was in my theater, they could attest that I loved this character and how he was played in this movie.
It's true. This man was laughing sometimes and no one else was.
I don't care. I paid that $7.75 or $9.25 or whatever it is, and I enjoyed myself.
And darn it, Thor will...
Natalie was good. Everyone had questions about her since she came out and apparently said she doesn't want to do them anymore. Still a super good performance there. Nothing amazing. The only bad looks I got from this movie are two scenes that mainly focus around her though, and it was more of a direction, special effects. When you deal with the ether and she has these flashbacks, it looks like a bad Sin City scene. It looks like they just took some footage, threw a filter over it and said, here you go, you're seeing through the ether and whatnot, which, that's fine, but I just don't think it lived up. When you have the rest of this movie that lives up to this high quality amazingness, and this is just like, high school film project.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
It's hard to justify that. And then when it comes down to the action was well done, super well choreographed. A lot of times in superhero movies you get shots that are too tight so you don't know what's happening, things moving too fast. And that's why I think Thor plays well into this, because he's slow, big hits kind of guy.
Very, it felt very Avengers-y in that sense, where, because in Avengers, you know, the fight scene takes place during the day, so it's easy to see, like, everything's kind of spread out so you can see what's going on.
So let's break it down. Like I said, I like this movie a lot, but other than those few scenes, the only thing I have a problem with, and I've said this on many episodes before, I don't judge movies based on this because I know I can't make something to this magnitude, and I very much respect this work. The only thing I felt like this movie was lacking, and you could probably make a list 1,000 items long because it's comic books and you've got to deal with this whole universe that's been going on for years and years and years, is Loki. As he is the coolest Marvel villain
easily
that they have, like nothing comes close to it. There's a big... Okay, you guys know we spoil stuff.
Yeah.
He gets stabbed. He's led to believe he dies. Loki has tons of cool ways you could go from here. You could go into the dark magics, you could go into hell, which they were saying how we get to see all the realms.
That's what we were like in the middle, we're just like, oh my gosh, going to hell.
Yeah, we're going to go to hell.
Come back.
Gonna have to fight to get Loki back.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff with how does Loki make it through, what happens here. There's this huge storyline that we were even saying you could make Loki movie or Thor 3 be all about Thor's plight to get his brother back.
Yeah, get his brother back instead of...
And it's kind of just resolved behind the scenes.
It fell
It's kind of like Scott Summers dying off screen.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's
so much you could do with that.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of my big thing with it, is like, at the very end, Loki's sitting on the throne. It's just like, well, that's nothing I haven't seen already.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, again...
Sure, it's my guess
cool
is
shot. And
Odin's in Odin's sleep.
Maybe.
But where did he... How does he hide that?
Yeah, did he put him there? Because, I mean, the last thing we see is, like, that guard talking to Odin, and then that's it.
But that's the guard that he escapes as, so...
But still, what'd he do with him?
I hope there's something... I don't know where they're going to put it. You can't put it in Avengers 2.
Yeah.
Maybe Thor 3.
I would hate to have him just wait all that time.
But apparently he's not supposed to make it through that many more movies, from what I hear.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not in Avengers 2, so how are they going to wrap it all up?
Yeah.
Unless they somehow fit into another movie. But
so more Loki, please.
Yes,
I guess.
I was gonna say, I hate to say it, like, I don't really like people fangirling over certain actors and everything, but
he deserves it.
Oh, I was gonna say, there's video evidence of me fangirling over him in our Thor 1 video and our Avengers video, that he's one of my favorite things about the Marvel Universe.
No one's gonna agree with me.
Okay.
I like his Loki more than I like Dark Knight Joker.
I was about ready to ask you that, actually. I think it's just as good.
Because I don't give that Joker as much like, I'm not saying anything bad.
Yeah.
I don't like that Joker. I don't think that's the Joker that fits in that universe, that Joker that is the Joker. I think this Loki is Loki. He plays everything so perfectly.
It's true. Because it's crazy how threatening he can be from behind a glass wall or whatever, a magic field or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, because gosh darn it, that
But he's
first...
still mischievous.
It's true, that first... Like, every time he was in the prison, I'm like, I just want more! Like, it was so good.
And just like the verbal chess of when they're writing by all means, it's a sand skiff.
Mm-hmm.
When they're writing that, the whole like chess match they're playing between each other.
So good.
So well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this movie. It is the only Marvel Avengers-verse movies I put ahead of this is Iron Man 1 and the Avengers.
Gotcha.
That's about all I will do ahead of it. I really enjoyed this whole movie. Cast was great, action was great, looked great. Story was, as much as I hate the phrase a comic book story, where we could make a whole episode about that, how I hate that phrase, but there's parts that don't make sense, but it's parts that would take another whole act to explain and work out. You have to infer certain things. You have to just accept certain things because there's so much story. This is already a 2-hour movie. I like it. I want more Thor, and it will be a while till I get more Thor. But luckily,
it's sad.
We've got Captain America coming in a few months, which I think that is going to be
pretty darn good.
The season 2
highlight. So,
Seth Fisher.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I didn't like it as much as him. I was going in with high expectations, as you saw from our first video.
Forgot to say, I go in with
low expectations.
I think this movie's going to be super cheesy. Like, you see the trailer with Natalie Portman's, and I'm just like, alright.
Whatever.
Not going to be that great.
Yeah. I go in with super high expectations. I just enjoyed the movie. I didn't love it. First act is amazing. I loved the whole, like, getting to see Asgard and getting to see a little bit of the culture. We get to see the Warriors 3. We get to see Thor, like, teleport in. He kills the stone giant of Saturn. That's pretty sweet. But everything with Loki in the prison. Then I didn't really like the whole beginning, the exposition with the Ether and Malekith and everything. I don't know. I think that was one of the few things. One, what I didn't really enjoy about it was the... sorry, I'm kind of here, there, and everywhere.
No,
whatever.
You're good.
One, I didn't think that the... I didn't really care for that it was like a middle movie, that we need another one, because it's just going to be so much time before the rest of the story is going to get resolved, I think. So, we'll see. I don't know, maybe they'll cover it in Avengers 2, or maybe.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Sadly, as much as I want it, I don't think.
It's going to be a while before we get another one, that's the only thing. Two, I thought Loki was a little more threatening than Malekith. I didn't think Malekith was very threatening. What he wanted to do was threatening. The way he wasn't very threatening, because he got kind of beat up. Like
you could definitely tell, and I think
he was weak though too. At the same time, like
the more
still
you
waking
think
up.
about it, it's
it made sense.
A remnants of a great power that was
and
it still became a threat. But yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, no. I wish they also would have gone into a little bit more things, but whatever. It's a comic book movie, like he said, like Curse taking in the power and then becoming Curse. Just they didn't really explain that very much, but whatever. I don't care that much. Favorite scene was definitely really anything in the prison was freaking awesome. With Loki being in the jail, I loved how Curse walked up and then Loki just smiles at him and then he keeps walking. Like, I'm not letting you out. I know better than that. Like, it's just, and I think I'm gonna agree with him that I like Hiddleston's performance just as much as the Joker, and that's really weird because I was gonna blindside you with that. But I like Hiddleston's performance as Loki just as much, if not better, than Ledger's Joker. That's just my opinion, just because he owns that role. It's ridiculous. Like, going as far as appearing as Loki at Comic-Con.
That video is amazing.
It's really crazy.
Gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, just cheer my name. Like, just awesome. Loved the Captain America, just their banter, him turning into Captain America and his God bless him, just so awesome.
Patriotism.
Yeah. Another thing that I loved, like, Thor's mom got a really cool little fight scene against Malekith, which was really sweet, and you got to see how she truly is the mother of Thor and Loki. She's using dark magic, like with Loki using the holograms and stuff. Yeah. But then also can kick as much butt as Thor using the sword and stuff. So I was really happy that she got a little something.
I got sad.
Yeah, no, it was sad. Like, I didn't think that they would would kill her or whatever.
Yeah.
The
Viking funeral after.
was pretty cool.
Very Tangled.
Very Game of Thronesy.
Tangled is what I was going to say. Did you see Tangled?
Yes, I did.
It's the same.
Yes.
That looked amazing.
I was going to say, when he shot the arrow back, I was like, oh, it's Game of Thrones. So, whatever. At least no one missed it.
Yeah.
The other little thing, I thought Loki's death was a little rushed. That's how I was like, he's not dead. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He's not dead. Like, I just kept saying that to myself.
And I felt they played the hand perfectly. The hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
no, it was cool.
you said,
I was
showed it off.
I was freaking out at Comic-Con. So, like, Loki cuts off his hand! Like... But
so they got all us nerds up in a little
tough
little ball of tough.
Yeah, but it was nothing.
And it was a setup.
Yeah, set us up. But all in all, I really enjoyed it. Thor is easily Iron Man's my favorite Avenger. Thor is easily my second favorite Avenger. Loki is second or third just character in the Marvel universe. So that was just everything that Marvel movie universe.
You like Iron Man more than you like Loki?
I like Tony Stark more than I like Loki. Loki's my second favorite, and then Thor. Another. But
I like this.
I like this drink. But yeah, comedy was really good too. I laughed a lot. There was a lot of good times.
And I like laughing.
You do like laughing, and I like that they could keep it. Like I really enjoyed the scene where they fell through the portal and landed on the glass and slid down the glass.
Oh
yeah. I thought that was
got a little slapstick.
Yeah, that was
ultimate.
Yeah, that was fun. Just
that whole thing with the hammer and whatever. The really cool idea. Because what does Mjolnir do?
It can't sense Thor. It's going to Thor, I guess. Again, would have liked to have seen something more with like a setup for another movie rather than just seeing Loki on the throne. But whatever. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm probably going to go again just so I can see it again.
I'm going to go see it in IMAX as soon as possible whenever I get a chance.
Yeah. But all in all, good stuff.